Out of Bristol rode two steel stallions. One, a rugged brute called the Endurance, built for grit, gravel, and the long haul into territory unknown. The other, the Adamo XL, flashy, built for comfort, and more fridge space than you could ever imagine. They were heading south through France, Spain, and finally Andorra, where the Endurance had a date with the lens. The road was long, hot, real hot, but the vans, they didn't flinch, climbed mountains, chewed miles, and never once begged for a break unless there was a vineyard en route.
So honestly, after a trip like this,
I'm done with deserts. Australia, Morocco. It's my third desert, third time.
Oh, quit your belly aching, Simon.
Right then, that's quite enough of that. Today we're comparing two very different motorhomes, both designed to help you get out there and experience life on the road, just in slightly different ways. We've got the Bailey Endurance, agile and not afraid to take the paths less travelled. And the Adamo XL, comfortable, spacious, but with little compromise to capability. In a second we'll take a proper look to see how they stack up, but let's see how the teams stack up first.
I just gave you pins and needles in my head.
First up we have myself and Simon, or Team Special Vintage as we've been referred to. We'll be taking the Adamo XL. And then we have Christine and Rebecca, let's call them Team Young and Adventurous. They will be taking the Endurance. Well, let's saddle up and hit the trail, because there ain't no sense in sitting. Whoops, I forgot we weren't doing that anymore. Storage, often overlooked, but absolutely crucial, especially on a big trip like this with additional equipment like video and photography gear. We started our journey at Bailey HQ in Bristol. With 3,500 miles and 12 nights ahead of us, each team carefully loaded their vans.
So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is the full array of equipment that we're taking with us. But the most important, of course, is his and hers Crocs. So let's discuss. Let's go and look at these, Lee.
You've had a thorough clean since.
Really? Are you sure?
No, I'm not. I know where they've been. I'm not sniffing them.
In fact, those now. These, on the other hand.
The Bailey Endurance makes clever use of every inch. You've got decent overhead lockers, under-seat space, and with such a large garage for such a compact van, the metal-plated floor and tie-down points are perfect for transporting large items. The Adamo XL ups the ante with a bit more flexibility. That rear garage space is brilliant if you're taking bikes, paddleboards, or anything a bit bulky. And with access from the rear bedroom, it's easy to maximise storage and keep everything accessible. The Adamo XL wins a few points here on storage. With such a big team, that meant a lot of food. The Adamo's big Thetford fridge freezer really came in handy for the majority of the food. The Endurance, on the other hand, was great for storing the more everyday essentials, but there would still be ample fridge space if there wasn't such a big crew with us.
the Adamo has a big tall fridge, so we're just putting the essentials in here, so things that we're going to use on a daily, like milk, Diet Cokes, beer.
And on this particular model, we have the Adventure Pack with a roof rack, ideal for those bigger, bulkier items like kayaks and surfboards if you're so inclined. After some beverage Tetris, each van was packed, routes were confirmed and sat-navs were set. It was time to saddle up and hit the road Bardenas Reales. The driving experience, because if you're going to be clocking up the miles, it needs to be comfortable.
It's going to be brilliant. And look at these, what can go wrong with these two?
That's a good
with
answer.
I'll leave it at that. Yeah, that as well. Adieu.
By the time we got to Portsmouth and crossed the channel, everyone had had a turn behind the wheel and was ready for the open road ahead of us on the leg from Caen to La Motte. The Adamo XL is a mile muncher, lovely to drive, really smooth, and has the power when you need it with its 2-litre 165 horsepower engine and 8-speed automatic gearbox under the bonnet. Even though the Adamo is a bigger vehicle and requires a C1 licence, sometimes you would never know. It's just so friendly to drive, and we never encountered any issues going through the towns or parking it in the supermarket. The Endurance, on the other hand, has that lighter, nimbler feel.
It was so easy to drive here, was it?
Yeah,
That is like
super
one of the
easy.
main differences that we find between the two types of vans. Like
Yeah.
this was so agile.
It's more at home zipping through country lanes or navigating smaller sites. Especially with features like all-road tyres, this van can really get to some interesting places. The Endurance is also great for just nipping into town, which we tested by getting picked up a few times after a few too many vinos. Both offer a modern cab experience, decent visibility, up-to-date media system, reversing cameras and cruise control as standard. Back-to-back days of 6-hour plus drives and the vans were holding up well. But our teams, or Simon and I at least, welcomed the cosy site in De Haro.
Bonjour, Campervan. Merci.
Right, you've arrived. Time to pitch up and settle in.
Thinking I might stay here, you can leave me. Okay, you can leave me. Yeah, exactly. I know we have a strict don't leave a man in the field rule, but I'm prepared to forego that this time.
Our 11-day trip had us parking and pitching at 7 campsites across 3 countries.
You need to hear the like black.
And by night 3 at De Haro, the benefits of each van were becoming apparent. The Adamo XL is all about making life easy. You've got a luxurious washroom and toilet and a fully equipped kitchen, so you can get everything set up with minimal fuss. It's the sort of van that when you arrive, get plugged in, you'll be relaxing in seconds. We only ran into one problem at our last campsite, getting through some narrow trees. The Endurance though leans more towards that wild camping vibe. With features like 130 watt solar panel, roof rack and compressor fridge, it's great for getting off-grid and staying self-sufficient. Although you will need to set up that bed each time and set up the rooftop tent if you're using it. So whether you're on a club site or up a mountain, both models are designed to help you pitch quickly and start enjoying where you've landed. Up and out early from De Haro, the luxury of the Adamo was about to come into its own as we set off for our longest pit stop. Right, let's talk about beds, because if you're not getting a good night's sleep,
You're not going to have a good day on the road.
Day 5 and up until this point, the early starts and late arrivals, not to mention the wine, hadn't given us cause to critique the sleeping arrangements, but 3 days in Bardenas would give us the opportunity. The Adamo XL offers more flexibility, brilliant if you're travelling with family or mates. Drop-down beds, convertible lounges, it's all very modular and it works really well. Everyone gets a decent space to kip, unless you've got my snoring to listen to, and the daytime layout doesn't suffer for it. In the Endurance, you've got a fold-down bed, a super supportive mattress with enough room to stretch out, and with the optional adventure pack, you can wake up in that tent box to some really incredible views.
And surprisingly for its size, the Endurance has a fully fitted washroom with sink, shower and toilet. I think the team were very glad they didn't have to share ours.
We are discussing how cold it's gonna be in the tent box tonight. Because I think it is 5 degrees at the moment. Hopefully. I'm okay. If not, I will have to snuggle in bed with Rebecca at the back of the Endurance.
A good night's rest sets you up nicely for a good day's work, and each team had their own plans on that front. Now let's talk about lifestyle, because this is where the Endurance and the Adamo XL really start to go their separate ways. True to their name, Team Young and Adventurous got in the spirit, while Simon and I, as Team Special Vintage, perhaps took that too literally.
Right, so, I mean, as Wednesdays go, not a bad way to spend a Wednesday morning, is it?
Not a bad spot for a cup of tea.
XL-DL, you know, we've got a lounge each should we need it. And if we need to rest our weary bones. Our C1 license-friendly bones, but I wonder what Christina and Rebecca are getting up to.
They're probably doing something revoltingly active.
Luckily I had a good solid meal last night. It's holding me down.
It looks like you started a Bailey Colt.
Who wants to join?
The Adamo XL is very much about comfort. Step inside and you've got a sense of calm. Soft furnishings, clever lighting, plenty of storage and that real home from home feel. It's perfect for long stays or when you want to roll up and relax straight away. The Endurance, that's your go anywhere, do anything companion. Think of it more as a Swiss Army knife. Practical, rugged, and geared more towards active trips with active people. There's space for outdoor gear. You've got the rooftop tent if you want it. Maybe even some solar tech thrown in. With an outdoor shower, it feels ready for whatever adventures are thrown at it. And it's got a sleek design that really fits the vibe of the van. In saying that though, you still don't compromise comfort on both. They just offer slightly different things to slightly different people.
We're built for comfort these days, aren't we? Remember that.
What the hell was that? Right.
300 hours is a hell of a road test. Once we'd reached our destination, we'd spent enough time to know the vans on and off grid, as well as on and off road. And finally, day-to-day use, because it's the small things that make or break a motorhome once you're living in it. With our road to Reales run, the way back to Bristol took us through Andorra. The Bailey team are always looking to tick another destination off the list, and both teams had time to reflect on the journey and their trusty steeds.
This van, I think, is for anyone that kind of wants to go anywhere, really.
Yeah.
And explore and see different places, and really for anyone that likes being a bit more adventurous.
The Endurance is well thought out, tactical. It has a practical kitchen with sink, hob and decent sized fridge. It feels like everything's where it should be and nothing is an afterthought. It's ideal for couples who like to be comfortable but love the thrill of the road less travelled. The Adamo XL is built for comfort. It has an open plan feel, lots of headroom and plenty of storage. It's built to be lived in, not tiptoed around. And with features like a 2-litre engine with 165 horsepower, coupled with that 8-speed automatic gearbox, Alutech insulation and that true Macombi 6E heating, you're well set for life on the move. Whether it's that gravel road you've always wondered about, or a month-long tour with the family, both vans handle whatever is thrown at them with ease.
It is summary two very different vehicles, but they've both got here. They're both on top of a mountain.
Yeah.
Both been around the desert. They've both done the tour over the 10 days, and they've both coped admirably. So different vehicles, but they're still giving the same experience, the same places, but in slightly different ways.
Yeah.